Hello guys, how are we all doing? Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, dogs, cats, everybody who's watching. Hello, it's me again, and I've got a review for you. This time we're looking at a model ship for a change, because this is Nigel's model ship channel, as some people say. Last night I was flicking through the internet, flicking through YouTube, and Midwest Model Shop come up with one of his videos for the for his beautiful Missouri, and I thought I'll have a quick look and just see what that hull looks like, because the kit, he's done a beautiful job of it. He's canned it and everything, but the actual shape of the hull from the kit is not correct around the stern or the bow. So just have a look and see what it looks like. And I noticed down the side there was one of Ben's videos on the old Dragon CVL-22 Independence. And I thought, I've got that kit. I know I have. I've got that somewhere. I went and found it. And here it is. So I thought I'd do a review on it. I thought I'd get out and have a quick look at it, because it looks like, I watched some of his videos when he's building it, and it does look like a bloody lovely little model. When Dragon get it right, Dragon really get it right. When they get it wrong, they really cock up. But when Dragon get a kit right, it is good. And I've had a look through, some of the moulding in this kit is just, it's probably some of the best I've ever seen. It's equivalent to, you know, 2020 Tamiya, and this is like a 2010 model. But I did notice that it was done with cooperation of Tracy White and Timothy Dyke. Now, I don't know if you've heard of Tracy White. He's like on the model on the ship model forums, and he is like, you know, a bible for aircraft carriers in particular. So yeah, with his involvement in there, I just hope they listen to him and got it correct, because I know that certain kits out there, not mentioning any names, from certain manufacturers, not mentioning any names, they plaster the help from all the cooperators all over the box, and you know, all over the instructions, and we've done it with the cooperation of these people, and then they get it all wrong. So let's just hope this is a good model. But whatever, it does look, as a plastic kit, it looks astounding. And on top of that, not only have I got the kit, here it is, it's 1024. We'll get on the bench in a minute and have a look at the box properly. This is it here, Independence CVL-22. It's there's two options in there. You can build it as on the trials, or you can build it as in one of its conflicts in 43. But also, I forgot I had this, and this is the White Ensign. Stop the glare. This is the White Ensign PE set for the model, which is still available, and very reasonably priced. I also got this as well, and this is the Air Wing. And if you haven't seen this sort of stuff before, bearing in mind this is 3/50th scale, and the aircraft are like, you know, a Hellcat is about 1 inch long. These have got cockpit interiors. Yeah, they got seats, rudder pedals, instrument panels. Yeah, it's quite amazing. Now they also have all sorts of there's some forklifts and some other bits and pieces in here for the for deck gear. And the kit also comes with some deck gear as well, and which is quite amazing. And it also has some sailors. So let's have a look in the box and see what we all think of it. Okay, so there we go. There's the box. Dragon Smart Kit 1/350th Modern Sea Power Series. Hardly modern. I know that she ended up ending her life as nuclear explosion trials and stuff. So if you want to look at this, she's got quite a history, Independence. Unassembled model kit for skilled modelers 14 and over. Box contained 1 model ship, 2 trucks, 4 tractor tugs, 18 figures and 18 aircraft, so that's not bad. And there we go, we can see her there with that's Hellcats they're depicting there. And I think there's some Wildcats in there as well, but we'll have a look around the side of the box. So here we've got the CAD images. Let's get this light stop glaring. We've got some CAD images of the model. We've got some DMCs we can scan there. We've got CAD images of the model down the side, and you can see there's lots of photo etch, and you can see you can do it in a shakedown configuration, or you can do it in a war cruise configuration, where there's the shakedown and they change the guns on the bow, and they also change the guns on the stern, as you can see here. There is one issue, it has a completely missing bulkhead here, which the photo etch set gives you, so that's nice. The other thing that's nice about this kit with the aircraft, and just looking here, with the trumpeter kits you don't get the options to fold the wings. With this one you do. You get aircraft with wings out and you get aircraft with wings folded. But I'm not sure, maybe someone could tell me in the comments below, I'm not sure if you can buy the Dragon aircraft individually, you know, in sets like trumpeter do. I haven't seen them, I've never seen them. But there we go, you can see lots of photo etch here for our radar bits and pieces. I believe the radars change as the period you're doing the modelling. We've got some ladders and stuff in here, and we've got some nets and catwalks and everything. They're saying they're a one-piece fully slide moulded deck, and they've got the lovely plating on there, and there we go. The weirdest thing about this, there's no history, and I've just noticed something I hadn't noticed until now. There's lots of images on the back of the box as well, so, which is a typical Dragon thing, isn't it? Why am I moving this light further and further away? So lots and lots of photo etch around here. We can see we've got a choice of doing it as a waterline or as a full hull, which is nice. All the crane detail there, we've got all the propeller detail there. There's some colour images of the actual ship. You're seeing it's 21.34 inches long, 542 millimeters, so it's not too big. They got some aircraft there, and then there's the SBDs are a bonus. I guess they're all a bonus. And you can see here we've got figures, we've got tractors, which is a really nice touch. Jeep, I wish somebody would make a 200 scale Jeep for the Yorktown. And then we've got some directors, we've got tractors, we've got the twin 40mm Mark IV guns, we've got the 5-inch guns there, same as Arizona's got. And then we've got the elevators there, which can be done up or down. And you've got all the detail inside the hangar here. We've got a fully detailed hangar. You've got the roof of the hangar is detailed. Have some planes hanging off of that, couldn't you? And then we've got, you can see down here, we've got more photo etch and everything. But saying that, a lot of this photo etch gets replaced with the photo etch set. The nice thing about the photo etch set is it's not your sort of, you know, 200 quid for a photo etch set. Go and check out White Enzyme Models. They're an American company now, and I think it was about $70 for this set, so it's not much at all. Don't quote me on that, that's just for memory. So looking inside the box, this is where things, I mean, it's a really solid box, really nice. We've got our instructions, we've got a lovely big decal sheet, and we can see on there we've got all the insignia for the aircraft and representing all different periods. There's the smaller insignia there with the red frame around the side, and then we've got the smaller insignia with the blue frame, and then you've got the unframed, and then you've got the really big ones here. So you've got lots of different periods you can have on your aircraft there, which is a nice touch. All these deck markings here, you've got the massive 22 there. What Ben did when he built his, he actually put some masking tape down on his cutting board, face down, taped this down over the top, and then cut through it. And then he actually made a mask, and then he put the mask on the deck and sprayed the 22, and it looked amazing. If you haven't seen it, go and have a look. Really nice build. It's about 6 or 7 parts, I think he's done it in. And yeah, Midwest Model Shop, Ben his name. Real nice guy. So beware of Propeller there. So it's like the back of Titanic, isn't it? So got instructions there, and then in here we've got the sprues all bagged up. They've got tape on there, so they're actually bonded together. So you've got 1 sprue there, they're all individually bagged, 2, 3, and then 4 or 5 in there, 6 with our deck. And then this is something I did notice, and I think I should show you. Now this is packaging the best I've ever seen. Look at that. This is basically a plastic tray with the stand, and then we've got the lower hull, the actual hull itself, and the flight deck all mounted in this plastic tray with these plastic straps. So it ain't going to get damaged, is it? It's not going to get damaged, guys. It is fantastic packaging. So that goes in there and that fits, and then you've got this separate box on the end with all your aircraft in, like this, all your aircraft there. And then we've got some tiny little sprues of little guns and bits and pieces. And then we've got these sprues down here, which I think have got your people on. More Jeeps and tractors and God knows what. And I've also got this loose in the box. Now I don't know if every kit has that or if it's just me, but that part there is loose in the box. I don't know. And then looking on here, we've got photo etch. As you can see, you've got 3 sheets of photo etch. You've got your grills there for your doors. We've got some railings which are all specific, and then we've got another little lot of photo etch there. Let me bring the light back. See what we're looking at. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. And another little another little sheet of flags there. So very nice indeed. Typical Great Dragon packaging and everything, so nothing gets damaged. As I say, I've had this for, I don't remember buying it, I don't remember where I bought it, but I do remember I bought it as soon as it came out. I saw a couple of reviews on it or something and thought, ooh, I must have that. I have always loved aircraft carriers, always. And I don't know why I never built it. Maybe, I've got lots of kits I've never built, I don't know why I do that. So there we go. So what we'll do is we'll get all this out and we'll have a look at the instructions. I don't know if I'm going to unbag it or anything, but we will have a close look up at the sprues. Right, so we've looked at the decals, we've had a look through the plastic parts, just a quick look. Let's have a look at the instructions. Now, anybody that's a modeler who's built a Dragon kit and knows anything about them, you'll know that the best piece of aftermarket you could get for a Dragon kit is a new set of instructions. I don't know of a Dragon kit that's got a good set of instructions. They are bloody awful. They're full of errors. Their build sequences are usually really something to be desired. Not something to be desired, I don't know the phrase I'm looking for. But yeah, they have misnumbered parts. They have complete sequences missed out. You'll be building something like, say you're building a Tiger tank and you're doing the turret, and it'll have the assembly of the turret, and it's the basic assembly of the turret, and then the next part, it's got all the hatches fitted, all the grab handles, everything's on there, and you're like, hey, where did they come from? It's just, you've got to be really, really careful with the sequence and make sure that you're sort of looking out and looking carefully at the diagrams, because it's something they do. So this isn't a book or anything, this is just a fold out sheet. So on the front here you can see we've got our sprue callouts, and then we've got blue here is parts not for use. So there's nothing really here that I can see. There's one little bit there. That's about it. And I don't know why these sprues here are blue. I'm guessing they're clear. I don't know. The kit number is 1024, like I say, supervised by Tracy White and Timothy Dyke. So we've got our photo etch parts down here. We also get a lovely stand with those lovely pillars. You could paint them in a brass and polish them up, and yeah, really, really nice. So better than just a slab of plastic like you normally get, or no stand at all, as with some models. So coming over the page here, we've got all our colour callouts, and they're calling them out in, it's only in Mr. Colour. So you've got hobby colour and you've got Mr. Colour. So you've got the white numbers down the left are your aqueous, and the blue numbers down the right are the Mr. Colour, the really smelly lacquer paints, but they are lovely. So as I said, bit of a weird build sequence here. They're starting you off with the guns. So you've got all these tiny guns. You can imagine how small they are. I mean, that's going to be like a 20 or a 50 cal. And there's 16 of them. Okay, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts going into them, and we'll have a look at them in a minute and I'll show you just how small they are. So you build up 16 of these, and then you've got to have them all hanging around while you're doing everything else. One of the last things you're going to put on the model is the guns, but they've got you building them first, and this is what I'm saying, be very, very careful. And then here we've got more guns here, and then we've got our 5-inch guns here, and they're even better detailed. Looking at this straight away, they are better detailed than the Arizona guns in the 200 scale kit. So, you know, this just gives you a clue of what this model is like. It is beautiful. And then we've got all our funnels here. We've got our 4 funnels. They're all different, so you've got to be careful with your assembly there. They've got different part numbers for the supports, and there's also a lot of photo etch in there that gets replaced. Sorry, there's a lot of photo etch to add and replace plastic parts. There's no actual Dragon photo etch. Something that is nice with the Dragon kit as well, you can see here you've got L6 and MA10 for that shield. You've got the choice of either using the plastic gun shield or the photo etch. Now, if you're sort of getting on with the modelling and you're sort of fairly advanced, if you've built a Bronco kit, you'll know that sometimes they have tiny bits of photo etch in there, and you're kind of thinking, I wish they'd just give us this assembly in plastic. Dragon do. They give you the option to have photo etch or plastic, and it's always nice when they do that. So going over the page here, we're looking at the just check you're still all in screen. Yes, you are. So we've got the cranes here, which is a nice touch. They look lovely. And then we've got a radar here, that's all photo etch. And as we say now, I'm not sure if they're going to give you a plastic option for that or not. No, that's photo etch, yeah, so that's all photo etch. And then building up the top of the tower here, you've got your radar tower with your searchlight and everything on there. We've got a dinghy going on. And it's all these assemblies, and you're like, where do they go? What do they do? You know, why are we building this now? We haven't even done the hull yet. We haven't even worked on the, you know, on the hangar. We haven't even fitted any propellers. We haven't done the stand. And we're building all this little stuff with all these little tiny photo etch radars and stuff. You know, we don't really want this all hanging around. So it's a good idea to not follow the instructions and sort of make your own build sequence. Take the instructions to bed, have a good read through, and this isn't just for this is for every Dragon kit, every one that I've ever come across. So right, we go here now. We've got the this is the double page, and we're going straight into the hull assembly. So we can choose here whether we're going to add the lower hull or not, although they don't actually give you that option. They don't say you can or not, but you can build it as a waterline model if you want to. Lovely looking hull, bearing in mind the Independence class was built on an old cruiser, so it wasn't actually a dedicated aircraft carrier. It was built on a cruiser conversion, so you've got that really very sleek and slender hull with the lovely, I love the shape of the back end rather than the bowl shaped back end. It's got that sort of transom on the back, fitting your screws and your propeller shafts and everything. Now here it's like, where'd you go? You know, you've got some rear guns here on the stern. You've got your forward gun here, gun placement here. So you've got the war cruise configuration with your quads, where they're doubles. And then you've got your shakedown configuration there with your single 5-inch. So you can, you know, make your choice what you're going to do there. You've got some photo etch chain to go in. I would rather use actual chain. And then you've got the rear bulkhead going together there. We've got our ship's boats there. We've got a little bit of decking with a bit of railing and a dinghy going on the side. And that's going on here, which is going to go, oh God, that's that piece there turned around. And as you can see, it's just a complete and utter confusion. And, you know, for an experienced modeler, absolutely fine, because you kind of get a feel for where everything's going. This is not a beginner's model. If you're a beginner and you're watching this video now, do not go and buy this model. Buy it and put it in your stash for, I'd say, a couple of years, but it's not something to pick up as a beginner, because when you see some of these parts in a minute. So again, we've got some more gun emplacements here, and this is the stern, and then we've got the shakedown configuration. Again, we've got the war cruise configuration. So you've got the lower deck there, and then you've got the deck above it there. So that's the deck above it, and then that's the lower deck there. And as I say, there should be a bulkhead in there, and it's completely missing. So the photo etch set takes care of that. I'll show you that in a second. And then you've got some decals going in here. You actually got the decals, beware of propeller, for in the hangar, which is such a nice touch. You don't even get that in the Trumpeter 200 scale, I don't think. But yeah, very, very nice indeed. And you've got the option here of having the doors open or closed. And again, you've got the option of using plastic or photo etch metal, which is a really nice touch. Okay, and then you've got your little detail parts going on the edges here. Going over the page, we've got some more guns going on. And now we've got the radar going onto the starboard side of the hull. And then we've got some more life rafts going on. More life rafts, absolutely plastered in life rafts, this thing. We've got another radar here. And here you can see is the option. You get this is the photo etch radar. So you've got the three pieces of photo etch going together there and then going on. Or you've got the plastic option. So, you know, if it scares you to use this, or if you bend it, mess it up, or you don't want it to be too fragile, you've also got the plastic option there, which is a nice touch. More guns, more life rafts, dinghies, whatever. And we've got our nets there. and then more emplacements and bits and pieces, adding on the main deck, adding it onto the stand, fitting the island there, and then we go straight into the aircraft. So we got the F6Fs, okay, so you got them with folded wings. Then you've got the F6S with open wings. We got the Avengers there with open, closed wings, Avengers open, and then we got our Dauntlesses open and closed there. That's a bit weird. They're showing the the Dauntlesses. Oh, okay, that's the cockpit canopy is closed, and there it is with it open. And like I say, with the photo etch set, you're going to get interior details, so you want to have them open. Got some Jeeps here. Bit of a funny looking bonnet there. I'll just show you that close up. That looks a bit weird to me, but we shall see what it looks like in the plastic. And then we've got our tractors there. We've got a choice of 2 different towing arms. The tractors have got separate wheels. You've got an engine in there. You've got a separate bonnet going over the top. I mean, I'll show you again close up. Look at this. When you think this thing's about probably 4mm long, you know, absolutely tiny. And then over the back here, we've got our painting schemes. So we've got the, that's going to be the shakedown. And then we've got the Marcus Island raids. And then you've got the Rabol raids. So we need to do some research. Check all your colours. She's in 5N there. I did read somewhere that when she did the shakedown, she may well have been grey. I don't know, you have to do your research. Never trust kit instructions with colours. And then we've got the aircraft here, and you can see we've got, maybe you can't see, but what we've got here, we've got 3 different schemes. So you've got, as I said, you've got the choice of the different decals. We'll pick on the Hellcat. You've got the choice of the different decals going on, and then you've got your different schemes. This is an overall sort of intermediate blue, and then this is the 2-tone blue. Okay, and then you've got your different colours underneath. This is the grey, and this is the white. Okay, so you've got your choices there, and you've got different wing decals as well. And it's the same with the Avengers, and it's the same with the Dauntlesses. Okay, so choose your aircraft colours for the period you're doing. I guess you could always add an earlier scheme into one, have 1 or 2 in there, and the earlier colours just been held over. But we can see here with the different, the decks are all stained blue, that typical stain 21, but we've got the different lines on there laid out. This has just got the 1 line, this has got the 3 lines, and that's just got the lines there. So there we are. And then we're back to the beginning. So that's it for the instructions. So let's have a look at the kit itself. Okay, so this is sprue G. And here we can see we've got all our bits and pieces for our funnels. Just make sure you're not getting glared out. These are our funnels here, the side plates going onto the funnels. We've got our elevators there, or ramps, or whatever you want to call them. This looks like it's some interior detail for the ramps. And then we've got these are the supports for the sides of the elevator, for the sides of the funnels. Some more little detail parts around here. And then we've got here, this is the rear bulkhead, I think. This is the rear gun emplacements. And that's the forward ones, or are they the rear ones? Either way. We've got a little island there with its windows all open. It's very, very nice. And that's more, these are supports for the actual funnels. I believe we get those replaced in the photo etch set. You'll see them in a minute. You can see the detail on the ramps there. It's exquisite. It's beautiful. Lovely, lovely detail on them. The moulding in this kit, as I say, it sort of puts modern day Tamiya to shame. It's just beautiful. Then this one here, this is sprue. This is G as well. No, that was sprue F. Where did I get G from? Sorry about that. Sprue F, that one. This is sprue G. So we can see we've got some radar bits and pieces here. All sorts of little bits and pieces for supports. Little bits of the island and the tower, I'm guessing. And then we've got the crane there, which is slide moulded, which is very, very finely moulded. Again, better replaced with photo etch. We've got this here, which is a lookout area. Again, slide moulded. You know, obviously it's not fine enough for 3/50th scale. You're never going to get that in plastic, but it's still very, very fine. But some of the moulding in here, it's finer than you get in the trumpeter kits for today. You know, it is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, if you want to build a lovely ship model, I would suggest if the dragons are all the same, then get yourself a dragon kit. This is sprue E. This is all our catwalks with our gun emplacements on. A lot of this is going to get replaced with mesh, because these were all mesh, these walkways here. So lovely, more detail. That's that support for that radar mast. More slide moulding all down here, as you can see. Ends all open. Really, really nice. And then here we go. We got some. This is all plastic shutters for the hangar deck. And we've got some tiny, tiny parts in here. Here's the these are our ship's boats. And then we got some tiny, tiny bits. We've got all our life rafts there. Anchor, spotlights, some not tie downs, but oh, I can't think of what they're called now. You can see on there you've got the tiller on the rudder, which is you can see how small that is by the size of my finger behind it. It's just, as I say, the moulding is exquisite. Really, really beautiful. And there's a 5-inch gun there. Really quite stunning. You see the detail, the fineness of the moulding there. And also there's no flash. I haven't seen the ejector pin marks, and anywhere where you're going to see them. The detail inside those boats is very nice. There's an ejector pin mark in the middle of there, but I'm not sure if that's going to get covered with something. And then here we've got our main hangar deck. You can see with the recessed areas for the ramps to go into, which is nice. We've got the hangar walls. So this is the outside. You can see we've got our portholes there. Yes, I call them portholes. All the fuel lines there, which I believe there is an issue with. Nice thing to do with these, get a brand new blade, like a number 11 or a number 10 Swan Morton blade, a 10A. Get in there with the corner of the blade and just scrape along, and or a scriber, and it just make that look like a piece of round tube attached to the side of the hull, rather than a flat moulded piece of plastic that it is. Got propellers there. Again, beautifully done. None of the normal bits of flash all around them. You know, the flash all coming up where the seams are. I'll just quickly show you the detail on the outside of the hangar. There's some moulded on ladders which all need to be replaced. And all the doorways are open. And then the interior detail. Oh dear, ejector pin mark city, I spoke too soon. Lots and lots of ejector pin marks to get rid of. Although I guess the thing to do is work out which doors you're opening and then which areas can be seen. There's no point in spending hours getting rid of those ejector pin marks if you're not going to see it. But it's nice to have the detail in there. And then the actual hangar deck itself. I'm guessing it's all going to be steel, there's no wood. There's some detail in the floor there, but nothing much. And then we've got our propeller shafts there. Nicely done. And then, as I say, we've got this box, this plastic box with the parts in. We can see on the hull there's some lovely moulding on there. There's no seam lines or anything. Nothing to deal with at all. You could just, oh, there is a seam line there, look. But I mean, that is, I can hardly pick it up on the camera. Quick wipe over the sanding stick, that'll be gone. Nice slender bow, which is a nice touch. And you can see here that the The stem is nice and fine and thin. It all looks correctly shaped. Not sure if those hose pipes are a bit exaggerated. We'll have a look at that. And then you can see as well you've got the groove here. So in the top of the hull, the top of the lower hull, there's like a flange all the way along, and that's going to go up into that groove. So you're going to get a really nice positive fit there. And then the actual deck itself, the wood is lovely. Really, really nice. See it all there. That is stunning. Beautiful. That can go back in the box. Turn the box around and have a look. Now these little aeroplanes are stunning. We've got, these are the Dauntless, and then here we've got our Avengers, and then here we've got our Hellcats. So these are the Hellcats. As you can see, all moulded clear. Not sure if it's going to be very brittle or anything, but you have to be very careful cutting those props off, I guess. But they do them clear, and then what you can do is put them together, paint it green, and then mask off the canopy and paint it blue. And then when you look through the clear canopy, you'll see the green inside. But we don't need to worry about that because we've got photo etch. You can see on here they've got all the panel line detail in the fuselage. You've got a separate canopy, so you can have the canopy open or closed. You've got your wings there with all the detail, and they've actually got in the wings, they have actually got undercarriage bays. They've actually got undercarriage bays in them. They are absolutely stunning. And when you look at the engines, when you look at the intakes, and I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up. I don't know if you can see in there. Focus on this one here. You've actually got engine detail in there. It's not really picking it up very well because it's clear, but there is actually, you can almost see the push rods. We look on the Avengers, I think they got a bigger, there we go, it's got a bigger intake. You can see it on that one. There you go, you can see the detail around there. Absolutely stunning. And bearing in mind, you know, there's my finger. That's how big it is. And you've got the fuselage there. Rear gunner position or ball turret. Again, all squared panel lines, all recessed. And this is your folded wing option. And this is your extended wing option. There's your wheels and your undercarriage legs. It's bloody beautiful. And then you've got a Dauntlesses here. Again on them, oh yeah, on them you can really see the detail. There you go. You can really see the detail on those engines. So yeah, really, really nice. Really beautiful. Tiny little propellers on them. Tiny, tiny little propellers. Dauntless is a very small aircraft, isn't it? Right, so this here, this is screw Q, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. You can see these are our twin machine guns. Okay, I'm going to give you an idea of size. I'm going to put a rule next to them if I can find a rule. There we go. Okay, so we'll put a rule next to everything. That's millimeters. So you can see they're like they're about 10 millimeters long, aren't they? Really, really nice, beautifully done. So you've got 5 of those. Really lovely. And then here we've got our, I'm not sure if these are 50 cals or 20 millimeters, but you've got the choice of 2 lots of barrels here. You've got barrels here, and they've got a like a raised bit on the back end, of the gun, and then here they don't. So I don't know which ones you. I think you're supposed to use these. You can see there you've got the ammo drums there. Well, you've got the ammo drums across here. Look. Okay, so you can see how tiny all this, and then you've got the plastic shields there, and you've got the photo etch shields there. There's the stands for them. Quite stunning. And then here we've got the these are the directors, I think. Just unbelievably small. I mean, if I put a rule there, you can see how small this stuff is. It's absolutely tiny. And here's our final bag of sprues. There's 2 in here, and this is our towing tractors there. And you can see they've actually got engine detail, and then you've got a separate bonnet. So you've got the engine detail here, and then you've got a separate bonnet there, or a separate hood to go over the engine, and then you've got separate wheels and tyres. And you can almost see you've got tread detail, and you can almost see the bolt patterns in the wheels. And then here we've got our guys. You can see how small they are. There you go, like 6mm tall. Okay, and then you got there's a guy without a body. And some towing eyes there, some towing hooks. And then we've got our Jeeps. Well, that's more, the Jeeps are here, that's the Jeeps. You've got the Jeeps there with the seats and everything, and then you've got the hood with the windscreen is moulded solid, so you'd have to drill them out and put some clear in there, or whatever, just have it folded down. And separate wheels and tyres on those. Again, you can see the tread on those tyres. So all in all, quite stunning, absolutely amazing. And then I've already looked at this before. That's the photo etch you get with the set, with the kit. So that's the kit. Let's have a look at the photo etch. Right, so this is the White Ensign Models PE 35149, and this is basically the PE set for the whole ship. Okay, now they don't seem to do anything about guns or anything, so whether that's the White Ensign's Models way of doing things, maybe they do separate generic frets for guns and that, but maybe they feel it doesn't need anything. Maybe this kit's that good. But the basic way, you got instruction A4 stapled together, black and white instructions. Very, very simple, no sort of colour images and stuff with arrows everywhere trying to work out what it is. This is very, very straightforward and very direct, very descriptive instructions. And what I love about it, words, full of words. It's telling us all about it, and it tells you as well what the parts are. So when you go over the page, you can see here, this is fret 1, okay, or fret A. And you've got all the parts here, all numbered. There's no numbers on the actual frets themselves, so you need these to refer to. And then it's telling you what they all are. So it's a good education as well for people like me who are stupid and don't know what the terminology is for ships. You know, you're going to learn a lot from this. And it also tells you where it goes. So you can see here, this says number 10 is railings, catwalk E10. So that's going to go on part number E10. And there's also, it'll tell you your railing replacement, kit bar MB7. So there's that railing there, part number 50, which is going to be here somewhere. There it is. That's going to be replacing a piece of PE that's in the kit, number MB7. Okay, and then railing replacement again, railing replacement all down here. So it's replacing a lot of the photo etch that's in the kit, because the photo etch in the kit I think is a bit sort of thick and simple compared to this when you actually look at it, so it wouldn't look right. Now, something that is very nice about this set, you've got all this here, you see all these catwalks, all these parts here that look shaded in grey, they are all mesh, and they're going to be replacing solid lumps of plastic. So I know that this goes like around the funnels, and in the kit it's a solid plastic deck that goes on with ladders going up to it and everything. Well, that's actually correct in it's actual mesh, so you're going to be able to see through it. And you got, again here, you got the catwalks, and this is what I said, this goes in between all those gun positions. It's going to look absolutely stunning. You got all your support bars here. This is for the windbreak on the front of the deck, and then you've got all the support bars for the back of it there. You've got all the tower there, the radar goes on everything in the kit. If you remember, we looked in the model, I think it's the second part of the instructions. You've got all this here, it's all moulded plastic, and obviously it's very nice, but there's no way it's going to be as nice as that. So and here's the supports for the funnels, and they've got the chains here. The other thing that's nice, which is worth noting, all of this railing up here is all just extra. It's just spare railing for you to use, and you can see here you've got a load of extra ladders. You can use just a whole length of ladder rungs, so you know you can go and randomly replace stuff as you wish. And then you've got enough chain there, so you can have the chains coming from the capstans, and you can even have it coming out into the water if you're doing a diorama. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Really, really beautiful. So, and as I say, words, it's telling you what every single part is, so we can learn, like yard arm gear, I don't know what that is, windbreak supports, handrails, I know what a handrail is, yard arm foot ropes, bridge windscreens. You know, if I built this, I would learn a lot about the terminology. So going over the page here, this is where you get the get a little bit confused. You need to read through it all thoroughly, because this is a replacement for yeah, this is a replacement for that. So if you want to go for the circular type radar, then that replaces that. I think that one replaces that. So you have to read through it, and it tells you all about the history. Like here it says, the SK2 radar antenna is not a replacement kit part, but an additional part for those wishing to model a ship that had this fitted in place of the SK at some stage late or post-war. Which ships had this fitted require further research on the part of the modeler. This is a complete replacement for that radar. So if you remember in here, I was showing you that you get it in plastic, or you get the photo etch. Well, here you get the photo etch, which is going to be a hell of a lot finer. And you've got all those antenna going on there as well. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. More radar, and then here you've got the complete tower being built up out of photo etch with all the mesh screws and everything. And then you've got the railings going around the top, supports on the side. I mean, it's going to be so fragile, you just touch it and it's going to be destroyed. And you can see it's all of that there that you're making up, and they're giving you photographs of the real thing. And then all this stuff up here, top mast fittings late, top mast fittings early, so they're giving you the option to build a later one early. This is the fantail bulkhead fit. It's completely missing from the model, but they're giving you that with the doors and the reels and everything that you can put in there. Then we're going to be building the island and the bridge fittings. So we've got all that there. We've got a great big chunk of plastic there. We're going to chop off and put that bit of photo etch in. Railings for around there. This is that's going to be railings around there. I'm surprised to see they're not actually giving you any new walls with windows in them. Propeller guards to go on the sides. And then we've got flight deck fittings here. That's a railing to go around the front. And then we've got elevator guides, so you get all them. So if you have your elevators down, you will see all this. You've got the cables there, and you've got the guides on the sides. And then over the page, here's where we're cutting away all the catwalks and added all the mesh. We've got some bulges here going into the sides of the hull, should you want to fit them. And then you've got some more. This is the pieces I was on about, where they go on the top behind the funnels, and then all the support gussets underneath them. And then this is forward AA gun tub assembly. Later in the life, she had added gun tubs, so they've given you those. I don't think the guns come in the kit. There may be extras in the kit, I don't know, but that's where the orlicans go. And then you've got some paravane details. The paravanes are quite obvious on here. They're on the bow, they're kind of here. They're there somewhere, so I think they're on the bow, they won't be on the stern, but they're quite obvious where they are. So quite visible. Funnel antenna bracket location. Again, you've got the two different options. And then finally, you've got your ladders up here. You've got your reels, and it's showing you here where the railings go around the funnels on the starboard side, and then you've got the same area on the port side there. And then you've got your other instructions down here, which is really worth reading because it covers stuff that isn't already covered. Like, for instance, the crane jib, Etch part 54, is supplied as a direct replacement for the model plastic part and is fitted to the base in exactly the same manner. So this is all basically bits of the instructions that aren't in there. So this isn't just sort of don't let your dog have it and don't stab yourself. This is proper instructions. So let's have a look at the parts. So I'll stand up for this so that I can make sure we get the we don't get the light glared out. So this is, I'll show you A first. This is part A. So you can see this is how it comes, packed with thick cardboard in a nice thick envelope. So obviously part 115 has an error, so they've given you this with the part 115 in there. Okay, and then here we've got the here you've got this additional railing on the top. You see here, very, very fine. And then you've got all these other railings here, which are all numbered and called out to go in wherever you need them. You've got the radar parts here, you've got your crane jib there. That's that round radar I was talking about, that's on later models. And you can see you've got all this meshing, all this, I think that's splinter shields, isn't it? And that's flooring. Is that all see-through? Yes, it is. That's all, you can see there my finger behind it. So really, really fine on your paint, guys. No thick brush painting on this one. There we go. So that's that sheet there, that's sheet A, and then we've got sheet B. So here we've got some superstructure, some mesh. As I say, that's replacing solid plastic, so you can see how good that's going to look. Got all your tower there. Look how fine all that is. Absolutely, it's done in. Really, really nice. You've got little ladders there, anchor chain. God knows what all that is. I think that's all for your paravanes, isn't it? And you've got all your pulleys and everything for the elevators. Jeez. There's your gunning placements, I think, for the front. And there's your supports there for the funnels. Yeah, for your boots, guys, it's beautiful. So that's P35149 from White Ensign models. This is when they used to be in England, but I believe now they went bust, and I think an American company bought them out. So now they're called White Ensign models, but they're still called White Ensign models. They're just in the USA now. Now this one here, this is going to be a fairly brief one. If you're getting bored, guys, wake up. 35150. This is the Independence class, the Air Wing. So this is quite stunning. You can see here it's a simple one sheet A3, and it's got all our parts called out here, and we can see that we've got propellers, we've got interiors here, we've got all our dive flaps for the Dauntlesses, more interiors there, more propellers, we've got gear doors, more interiors there. You can see we've got bulkheads and seats. Not sure what all that is. Number 12, we'll have a look. Number 12, I'm looking over the page, it tells you here bomb trolley hand carts. Okay, so we've got hand carts for the bombs, and then we've got tractors here. Okay, number 8 is going to be 3-wheel deck tractors, and then we've got forklifts. I know we've got forklift truck assemblies. We've got some men there as well. It's just unbelievable. Interior details for the TBF and exterior details. And then you can see number 3 is SPD Dauntless exterior details. Wait till you see this, guys. So you've got your tractors there, there's your forklifts, and then over the page you've got the your flaps there to be added to your Avengers. You've got flaps and ailerons for your Hellcats. You've got your cockpit interior, there's your interior for your Avenger. And then you've got pitot tubes for the, and you've got the sling there for the dive bomb. There you go, there's the sling, the slong. That's the sling for the bomb to go in. Undercarriage doors, arrestor hook, tail wheel. That's going to be bomb pylons. And you can see here we've got the seats going in, we've got the instrument panel, bulkhead. And then there's the rear gunner mount. Your gun mount, and then you've got your dive flaps and everything there. When you bear in mind these things are like so small. So I'll show you the fret. This is in a bag, so it might be reflective. There we go. We can see here we've got the The propellers there, interiors with your seats, and again I'll get the rule wherever I put it, and then this will give you an idea of size. Put the rule there, you can see how small this stuff is. I mean, those interiors are like, what's that, 2.5mm wide. You can see the instrument panel there as well. Forklifts, men, tractors, towing hooks, bomb carts, gear doors, propellers, ailerons, and then you've got the Dauntless dive bomb flaps with the holes so you can see their hold. You could have them down and paint them red and all that, make them look lovely. So there you are. You can see there we've got instrument panels with the instrument panel detail on there. Quite stunning. So there we are, guys. That has been a review of the 1/350th scale USS Independence from Dragon. Smart kit, whatever that means. I think smart kit just means you get more than one option. And basically, it's absolutely gorgeous. Will I build it? I doubt it. But it's something I wanted to get, and if I see something I like, and it's a good advice for you if you can afford it. If somebody releases a kit and you think, oh, I like that, go and buy it. Okay, don't wait for it. Just go and buy it, because, well, you could wait a few weeks and see if the price comes down. But generally, what I've found over my years with model kits is you can get the model will get discontinued, and then they go for silly prices when collectors and everything buy them. You're also then buying a second-hand kit that may have been in a stash to sell other kits on top of it, so it may have had some damage, it may have had open bags, you know, whatever. Go and buy it when it's new, when it's fresh out the mold, before there's any mold tool wear. You know, we've all seen it where you've got blocked off holes where pins in the mold tool have snapped, flash, manufacturers changing their processes and inducing warpage into the parts and stuff. This kit would have been in the first batch that came in the country. I remember I bought this as soon as it came out, and you can see how clean and crisp and fresh it is. Now it'd be interesting to see if you went and bought one today that had been moulded just a couple of months ago. Perhaps it may be a bit different, but I just like to get the kits when they first come out. So that's my advice to you. You know, like if Airfix tomorrow brought out a 1/24th scale Wildcat, I'd go and buy 4 of them or 3 of them. If Tamiya bought out a 32nd scale Hellcat, I'd go and buy 3 of them. You know, or if Tamiya bought out a 32nd scale Wildcat, I'd go and buy 3 of them as well. Because I love to get the models when they come out fresh, new tooling, and that's what we've got here. So anyway, I've waffled enough. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you are an experienced modeler and you want to build an American aircraft carrier, you know, the choices that you got the old Trumpeter Hornet, which is garbage, absolute junk. You've got the Trumpeter Essex class, which is quite nice, but they're nothing like the finesse that this has got. And surely somebody's going to bring out something nice soon. You've got the Merit models now. I love kit. You've got the Yorktown Enterprise. They're much nicer than the Trumpeter Hornet, but they're not as nice as this. And they're also getting quite pricey as well. The Hasegawa Gambier Bay is a beautiful model, but it's quite pricey for what it is, and it has no hangar detail. So yeah, 350th scale aircraft carriers from the US Navy, you know, you're a bit restricted. Of all the kits available, I think this is probably the #1. So, and if you do want to build another one, go and have a look at Trumpeter, because they've by far got the biggest range by far. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon. I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to finish this beer off now and get this video loaded. Bye for now.